Hello and welcome back to the Balance Training and Coaching video. My name is Kurt and it's good to see you today. It's a particularly sunny day today, so I'm doing a lot of frowning because I can barely see out of the window, to be honest, so forgive me if I'm looking a bit stern. And today we have a special video created for Raja, who was on a course that we ran last week, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, and it was during a section on discussing feedback, and specifically Raja, as you know, you were asking at company M, you were asking how to decide whether or not to give someone some critical feedback. And that, of course, is the topic of today's video. So yes, 4 things for you, Raja, on this. And as always, if they hit the mark for you, that's great. If not quite, just let me know, and as you know, I will make a second video for you. And yes, deciding in the first place, I find this is a very common consideration from the staff that I work with, and particularly managers and leaders. Yeah, people saying, have you got something I can use just to give myself some more confidence, more assurance that I'm doing the right thing? So, in particular, Raja, you were saying that you have a member of staff who is quite challenging, shall we say, and can be quite defensive, and you said also quite emotional as well, and that therefore this, understandably, was causing you to feel nervous about the prospect of having a conversation. And therefore, up to now, you haven't, because you want to be prepared. And therefore, let's see where we go. So, 4 things. Number 1 is a general tenet or a general maxim that you find in sort of business parlance, which is to have the conversation as close to the event as possible. That's just a general guide when giving feedback. There are a number of reasons for this. One simple one, of course, is that the member of staff can remember more so what it was that they did or didn't do. And therefore, that alone is a good reason for giving feedback sometimes. So the first thing I want to suggest to you, Raja, is make your decision quickly. As you know, you've got a bit of time, but I wouldn't, it's been a week already, I wouldn't leave it any more than perhaps another week in your personal circumstance. There are contexts where you should, in fact I'd say many, if not most, where you should give it within a week, you know. But there are others where of course you can leave it longer. Yours, like I said, it's been a week already. I wouldn't leave it more than another week. Unless of course you're going to decide not to have the conversation, in which case, fair enough, that's your choice. There are other reasons for this. We will cover 2 more, maybe more, as we go through the other points. Yeah, therefore I'd say that what you're doing now is a good idea. You're thinking about it, you're talking about it, you've asked me to make a video to hopefully support you with this. I think that's good, that's an intelligent way to go about it. And you're also, remember, endeavouring to do justice by this person, even though from what you've told me, they are behaving inappropriately in some respects. Yes. The next one is a question. What happens if you leave it? Let's decide for a moment to go to that place, that hypothetical place where you decide, I'm not going to tell him, and yeah, I'll just leave it. So what happens? What do you think he will do? What do you suspect he will do? How will you feel about it if you don't say anything? How do you think you will feel moving forwards working alongside this person if you don't say anything about it? How do you think the team will feel about this? Will it be a matter or not for them? How do you suspect that he will react behaviourally, for example, or attitudinally, moving forwards? So, as well as that question, you'll notice I've asked you several hypothetical how questions. So if you want to, go to your favourite cafe or sit in your favourite chair at home somewhere if you wish, and spend a few minutes asking yourself a few questions in relation to this, and just see what that gleans for you, and see what crystallises for you in terms of the answers. Close question for you now. Can you handle this for another X months? So you decide not to say anything. Can you handle this for another month? Can you handle this for another 3 months? 6 months? 12 months? Next 3 years? I'm smiling with you, Raja, as you know, because you and I both know the person you're talking about. I'm not mocking people's inability to feed back or slow approach to doing it, because I am very, very aware, and from personal experience as well, how troubling this can be to some people. So that sometimes can help you decide one way or the other what you're going to do. Last one. As you're aware, on one level, what this is about is helping people sometimes to break habits, inappropriate habits, unnecessary habits, etc. And of course, this takes time. Small, medium or long, this takes time. And consequently, hopefully, to reform new habits, which of course again takes time. So I wanted to leave you with this point, Raja, which is that, figures abound, so you really have to do your research and then cherry pick for yourself what works best. But a useful general maxim is that it takes the average person about 6 weeks to add a new skill to their skill set. So if I ask you as your manager to start using a new piece of software, you're going to need approximately 6 weeks to get to a position where you're reasonably proficient at using it. But the seconds time frame is key to this particular situation, which is it takes the average human being about 3 months or longer. I tend to find between 3 to 9 months, to be honest, with certain behaviours, and this is definitely one of them with this challenging character. It takes the average human being about 3 months to change how they behave or how they do something. You know, so for example, let's say that when you present, you have a tendency to way too much. A bit of umming is fine, of course, but not constantly. Let's say you present once a week, the chances are it's going to take somewhere up to 3 months for you to eradicate most of those ums. So with this person, you need to go easy on yourself and him if you're going to give him the feedback and work on it with him. It's going to take him time to change. That said, it could be a good payoff, and you need to decide, as you know. Therefore, just 4 things there, Raja, as I said. If that's helpful, great. If not, then let me know. I can easily offer you more options. And that's it for today's video on giving feedback in relation to making a decision. As for the rest of the viewing public, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you click the like button. And if you really liked it, do please subscribe to the channel below. I would really appreciate that too. I make quite a lot of videos each month, and we should have a nice big library by the end of this year. So thanks so much for your time, and if I can help in any way, do please get in touch. Thank you.